Hey, Alex Fortey here and welcome to the Art of Simple Golf, where we're trying to make golf a little less complicated, a bit more fun and helping you play more consistently. Now, I actually played with a friend of mine just the other day, and that's exactly what I'm sharing with you, is what he was doing wrong, because it was very, very common. But literally, the tip I gave him transformed his game for the next 16 holes, I think it was. So if you struggle with a bit of inconsistency, trying to hit it a bit too hard, let's just improve your low point without much effort. All right, so what my buddy Chris was doing was a tendency as he was swinging through. I mean, he has like a nice rhythm. He sort of has a nice fluid rhythm and he finishes all the way through. It's almost, if I could try and replicate his swing, we're actually going to get him on video a couple of times, but when he swings, it's almost like that, okay? See, there's kind of like a lot going on. It's kind of got a good rhythm to it, but especially when he's not hitting many balls or, you know, maybe playing once a month, it's not giving him the best chance to be consistent. And one of the main reasons, forgetting the legs, one of the main reasons was, as he comes into the ball, his basically was like just too high up here. Because yes, it was sort of happening because of the legs this way, but I didn't want to, especially on the golf course, give him too much to think about. It's like, oh, you want your legs doing this. We wanted to keep it simple. So what simple feel could we have to get him from going up here? And why is that bad? You think, oh, that looks quite good. Well, actually, there's a lot of catch up to do from this position. So what he was doing, even on his practice swings, the greenkeeper's not going to like me much, but what he was doing was something like that, okay? A bit too much after the ball, because instead of being sort of here, he was kind of up here. And then relying on his pretty decent hand-eye coordination. So, what did I say? I want you to keep the hands lower through the ball. And there's a couple of drills, or sensations and feelings. One of them being, without a club, we're pushing away and down. So, stand there, turn the hands up, feel like we're pushing like water down and all the way through. That's it. And what that's going to do is lower those hands. So, because he's not going to be like this, all right? It just doesn't happen. Automatically, just by having the hands like this, the hands stay lower. And why do we want the hands lower? Because as we come into the ball, this is a lot more repeatable to sort of sweep through and turn through from there than it is through here. There's a lot less catch up, a lot less going on. As I said, especially as he's not playing much, we just want to make it easier, okay? So the hands need to be lower and then accelerate through from that point. We want less movement, less manipulation, and less reliant on that hand-eye coordination whipping through. So after maybe 5 to 10 sort of practice swings, feeling this pushing down here to get that sensation. At first he was a little bit like this, but then eventually he kind of was like, okay, I've got to keep my palms down and through. That gave him a good feel. The next sort of step was to do it with the club. And the only thought was, keep the hands low. That was it. I said, just as you come through the ball, feel like your hands are lower. And he, at first, probably felt like he was like this, all right, there. But the sort of compensation was that he wasn't here. He wasn't having to catch up. So we took, it wasn't quite fair, I suppose, because we took like 5 balls, no, I think it was like 3 or 4 balls from 100 yards. And I said, okay, let's just work on it with the wedge. And that's why I've got it here, just to demonstrate. So we did a couple of those practice swings, and then I said, just make some swings a little bit lower. So the first one, he probably went something like this, where he's a little bit high and a little bit legsy as we came through, all right? That's what he did. And I said, okay, just feel a little bit lower, and then like swing in yourself. A little bit shorter, hands a little bit lower. Shorter and lower. And by the time he got to the second shot, not much else changed in his swing. The only thing he was thinking was shorter and lower. And the strike that he got was penetrating, was precise and effortless. And he was like, man, that felt awesome. And he honestly played great golf since then. I'm not saying, well, hey me, it was down to him, but the swing thought he had gave him a much better chance to hit the ball with more consistency from here rather than here, okay? And you can see why just from that movement. So be aware, if you find yourself a bit ahead and a bit inconsistent and trying to catch up with the ball a little bit too much, feel the hands a little bit lower and then accelerate through. I think it might help you as well. All right, quick lesson, pretty damn easy, but we're actually going to do a series, I think, with Chris because he's trying to get back into golf or play a little bit more frequently. So we're trying to find a number of lessons that are giving the best bang for buck as far as time, effort and simplicity goes to get him playing as good a golf as possible. So that's it really. Keep those hands low, accelerate through, and don't rely on fast sort of hand coordination if you don't have to. All right, if you enjoyed it, just like, subscribe and click the little notification bell. It helps you see every single lesson that we put out, which is ideally going to help you play better golf. And if you haven't already, click the link below because it's going to give you a series that's going to give you the distance and accuracy that you need with the most simple, obvious tips you can possibly think of, and you don't even have to hit golf balls to get there. So if you want 10-20 yards, to click that link below. But until next time. Hi, I'm Alex Fortey and I want to introduce you to the Art of Simple Golf Club. This was born out of the overcomplication that plagues the golf industry, that kills your golf game. So what we have done is recreate a real golf club that you play wherever you are in the world online. So we have the clubhouse, we have the 19th hole, we have the putting green, the short game area, the driving range, the lesson tee, and we have the golf course where it matters the most to really help you play your ideal golf game every time you tee it up. We have new courses added every single month to help you go from A to B all the way through to Z. These series are designed to help you play your very best golf without overloading you with information, with just 1 or 2 bite-sized tips that you can go and apply right now. I will see you on the other side.